Everyone, so now we are going to do one more lab. In our previous class we discussed the DHCP and DHCP package and basic theory, everything we done, and we done the basic lab also. In our previous class we learn also how we can configure the DHCP server in the router. So now what we are going to do, we are going to do some small scenario where we are using the different VLAN and how we can configure the DHCP server. So here if you see, I will take one router. We can take one router and then we can take one switch. This is a small scenario. We can say we have a small company and you have maybe 2-3 VLAN here, and for this 2-3 VLAN how DHCP server will work, we are going to see that one. So let me connect here. Here if you see, I taken 5 PC. I have 5 PC here and one router. So what we will do here in this one I am taking switch 1, this one I am taking as a R1, router 1. Now we need to do something here. So here we will take basic scenario like in the another project, whatever project you are doing, you can use this way also. So automatically they will get the VLAN, the IP address. So here I will create like some VLAN. So we can say this is one VLAN and this is another VLAN. We will take in this scenario 3 VLAN. Let me select why they are not taking color. So we will say I have 3 VLAN here. VLAN 10, 20, 30 I am taking. And this router is going to work DHCP server and all the guys is going to get the IP. So I will write here this one, we can say this is a VLAN 10. I can give the VLAN number and name I can give like HR. IP schema, our wish, whatever we are going to use. Generally we are using like if you remember 192.168.10.0/24. So we will use same thing here in this VLAN. So this is the IP schema. Same thing we will do here. We can say this one is a VLAN 20 and name I can give here any name, sales I am giving, and the IP schema we are going to use 192.168.20.0/24. and I will say I have another VLAN, that is VLAN 30. This color is representing VLAN 30 and name will be here IT, and the subnet we are going to use as 192.168.30.0/24. so this one you have here. Now we need to do the configuration. So configuration is very simple. Let me do directly inside the switch, or we can write in the notepad also, but anyhow let's do directly here. So what I am doing here, first of all, basic thing, I will change the name of the switch as we are doing from the long time. After that I will create the VLAN. I have VLAN 10, so I will give 10, name is HR. Then I have VLAN 20, I will give the name is sales. And then after that I will give the another one, that is a VLAN 30, name is IT. So we created the VLAN. Now we need to put the ports are in the VLAN. So if you see here, this is fast Ethernet 0x1, 0x2. These two are in the VLAN 10. So what I will do, I will write here interface range fast Ethernet 0x1-2 and switch port mode axis, switch port mode, switch port axis VLAN 10. So with this command we put in the VLAN 10. Then we need to check this one PC is in which VLAN, F0x3. It is in the VLAN 20, so only one PC F0x3. So I will write here switch port mode axis, switch port axis VLAN, which VLAN, this one 20. So I put this one also. Now after that you have two more interface, F0x4, F0x5. So what I will do here, interface range F0x4-5, and then I will write switch port mode axis, switch port axis VLAN 30. So we have 30. I configure that also. After that, if you want to check, we will write show VLAN brief just to verify that one. We can see I have the VLAN 10 here HR, and we have this two interface. Then we have the VLAN 20, we have only one interface. Then we have VLAN 30, we have two interface, F0 by 4, F0 by 5. Now this interface F0 by 6 is there, so we need to configure that one as a trunk, because I am going to use router on a stick to do the inter VLAN, and after that we are going to do the DHCP configuration also. So here what I can do, router on a stick means you need to remember whatever switch port is connecting to the router, whatever switch port which is connecting to the router, we need to configure that port as a trunk. So I will write here interface F0 by 6 switch port mode trunk. So I configure that interface as a trunk. I will save the configuration. So switch configuration is completed here. Now we need to do the router configuration. So if you remember how we are doing the router on a stick, simple. We will go here. First we will change the name of the router. Okay, like I can give R1. Then after that, whatever the interface you have here, F0 by 0, we will write F0 by 0 and we will write no shut. After that we will write interface F0 by 0 and we will make this as a sub interface. Any number we can give, but we are giving the VLAN number, so easily we can track. But here you can give any number. So I am dividing this main interface into sub interface. So now it becomes sub interface. After that we cannot assign the IP directly. So I need to write encapsulation .1q. After that we need to give the VLAN number. So this interface I created for VLAN 10. So I am writing here VLAN 10. After that I can assign IP. So which IP I need to assign? The IP which I am going to give the machine as a gateway, that IP I need to assign. So this is the IP I am going to give the gateway to this machine, means whatever machine we have. VLAN 10, whatever computer we have, that computer should have this gateway, so they can do the inter VLAN. They can talk to each other. So I wrote like this. So we need to remember this 10.1, 192.168.10.1 will be gateway for the VLAN 10. Same thing I will do again. I will write interface F0 by 0.20, and here also when I create this interface it go up. Here I will write encapsulation .1q. Here I will put the VLAN number 20, then IP address, and here the gateway for the VLAN 20, that will be 192.168.20.20.1. Sorry, 192.168.20.1. This is the VLAN 20. This is the gateway for VLAN 20, and same thing we will do for VLAN 30. So interface F0 by 0.30, and we will write no shut. Here already it is up anyhow. Then after that encapsulation .1q, here we need to write the VLAN number, then IP address, whatever the gateway we are planning for the VLAN 30. As we are saying for VLAN 30, subnet will be 192.168.30 dot something. So I am using the same subnet. I am assigning the IP here, and now I will save this configuration. Save this configuration. So what I done, if you want to check, you can write do show IP interface brief. So I created 3 sub interface. If you see here, VLAN 10, 20, 30, this one. First one is for VLAN 10, that's why I give number here 10. We can give anything, but I am using same number, so easy to track this one for which VLAN. This is for VLAN 10, this is for VLAN 20, this is for VLAN 30. Everything is okay here. We assign this IP, and we need to assign this IP to this machine, so they can ping and they can do the communication between different VLAN. But now we need to configure the DHCP also, because our plan is to get the IP for this machine from the DHCP server, not from the manually. We should not assign from the manually. So how we will do means, if you remember in our previous class we create the DHCP server. So first I will write IP DHCP exclude. If you remember, I don't want to use this IP, so I will write IP DHCP exclude, and I will put the IP, which IP we don't want to assign. So this one I am giving. So whatever IP we put here, that IP we are going to use as a gateway. So I am saying I don't want to give this IP. That's why I am putting this command IP DHCP, and whatever IP we assign there, I will put like this. Means I am saying to DHCP server, whenever I am going to configure the DHCP and I am asking you to give the IP, don't give this IP. So they will not give this 192.168.10.1. After that they will start 10.2, 10.3 like this they will give. So this 3 I defined. I can define this first, or I can define this at last also. When we configure the DHCP server, after that also we can configure this, our wish. But anyhow, now I told IP DHCP server, if we configure the DHCP server for this range, you should not give this IP. We tell to DHCP. Now we are going to configure the DHCP. So IP DHCP pool we will write. After that, this pool, this DHCP configuration we are doing for home, we need to write. We can give the name also here like sales or anything name. I will give the VLAN number so easily we can track. So I am saying this is a configuration. This is a pool of IP I am creating for VLAN 10. So how we will do? We write network, and here we need to put the network ID 192.168.10.0 and then subnet mask, whatever subnet mask we are planning to give. So with this command we configure the DHCP, but gateway we did not configure, so we need to write default router, and here you need to give the gateway. What gateway should get the computer? So computer should get this gateway. If you remember here, this one we are saying this should be the gateway, and here we told don't give this to anyone, so this will be the gateway. So this is the DHCP configuration from here to here for VLAN 10. Same thing like that we need to do for VLAN 20. So I will exit, I will write here IP DHCP pool for VLAN 20. You should not give space. If I give space, you will get error like this. So without space, something we need to write here. So I am writing VLAN 20. You can write instead of VLAN 20, you can write sales also, but I am writing the number so easy for us to track later. So if you see here, when I write this all thing, this change, before you have only config, now DHCP config. So I am inside the DHCP config in this pool. Now whatever I will do, it will go in this pool. So what I need to write? We need to write network, and we need to define what network means, what IP they should give. So they should give 192.168.20 dot something, and after that subnet mask. What subnet mask? This subnet mask. And we need to write default router and give the IP address. What IP address means? This IP should be the gateway for the all. So this 20.1 as we plan gateway. So for VLAN 20 also finished. Now we need to do for VLAN 30. So I will write here VLAN 30, and same thing we will do in the network, and whatever network we are planning 192.168.30.0 and 255.255.255.0, and default gate router we will write 192.168. What is that one? 30.1. Any confusion here? And save the configuration. So this is the DHCP configuration for VLAN 10, 20, 30, and here we define also what is the gateway. So automatically this machine will get this gateway. Why I give this gateway? Because we configure in the sub interface. So whatever we are configuring in the sub interface, we need to give that one as a gateway, so different VLAN can work, as we already learned that one in the inter VLAN. So this is only the configuration. After that, if you go here and click here desktop and click here DHCP, they will get the IP. If you see 192.168.10.2 they get, because we told don't give 10.1 to anyone. Here we mention before starting the year. This comments you can give last also, no problem. It is not necessary you should give this first or last. Anywhere you can give this. And here we mention gateway should be this one. So here we get that gateway. If you want to define DNS also, we can define DNS also. There is a command here also. Inside that pool, later we will do, no problem. In next lab we can use IP DHCP pool. When we write after that, here we will put DNS entry also. But I am not sure in packet tracer it will accept or not, but in real it will take. So if you put that one, you will get the DNS also. So if I open this, whatever port we put in that VLAN IP you will get. Example, this is in the VLAN 10. So you will get VLAN 10 IP only. And if I go for this one, this machine will get the VLAN 20 IP only, because this interface are in VLAN 20 only. If you see now, after some time you will see 20 IP, VLAN 20 IP. If I go here, you will get here VLAN 30 IP. If you go here also and check here, you will get here also VLAN 30 IP. Now you can ping also. Example, this IP machine get 10.2. So you can check it is working or not. Different VLAN should work, because we done the inter VLAN by using router on a stick. So maybe 1-2 packet will drop. After that it should start working. So if you see, it is working. Different VLAN is working. So this is one scenario. Now after that you can increase this what we can say this topology. You can say this is the ISP example, this is the ISP router, and here you can say this is the ISP router you have, or if you want you can increase one more router here. You can say this is the router I have in my company, like this. I am connecting from here to here. After that this one is connecting to the ISP. Imagine like this. This is the router. This is also some scenario. So this is the ISP, this is your company router. So here how you can do something, so this all machine can access the internet. So let's do that one. So here I will write this is the internet. We can say loopback 0 is 8.8.8, and here the between ISP and us we will use this 200.1.1.1, and for the ISP we will use 200.1.1.2, and here we can use the IP schema like 192.168.12.1 this side, this interface, and for this interface we can write 192.168.12.2. Any confusion here still? Any doubts? Clear? So now we need to check what we need to do. We need to assign this IP address here, here, all. Here we need to do what? OSPF. Here OSPF. This side we will not do OSPF, default route here, and configuration dynamic NAT. So let's do, you will understand. After that you can also try like this. I think you are trying something similar, right? Just now what we discussed, something similar. You are asking if we have one router, if we have one more router, what we can do. So here we will learn that one. So now here what I am doing, I am going to this interface F0 by 1, and I am assigning the IP here, like whatever IP we plan to use. We are using 12.1. We are assigning this IP, and then we will write no shut. So here all the work is done. If you want we can do the router OSPF 1 same time, and I will use network command. We will write here 192.168.12.0 0.0.0.255 area 0. This is one command. I enable the OSPF here. I need to enable for this sub interface also. So whatever the network we use, we can put network 192.168 10.0 0.0.0.255 area 0. Then 20, because VLAN 20 means here will be 20, this one. Then you have 30. Total we taken only 33 VLAN we taken, right? So this one I enable this all and this one in the OSPF. After that I will save the configuration. Then what we can do, we can go for the R2, right? Any doubt here? I done everything or I forget anything here? I think we done everything. In case if we forget, we will come back again, we will do that one. But most of the thing is finished already here. So now we can go here, we will write no enable config t host name R2 interface F0 by 0. We will write here IP address 192.168.12.2 255.255.255.0, and we write no shut, and then another interface F0 by 1 IP address. I am writing little fast, it is okay, right? Or shall I? Okay, so just I wrote here, I assign the IP address and interface go up. Now I need to enable OSPF the opposite side only, not the ISP side. ISP side we will not enable the OSPF. So here I will enable OSPF 192.168.12.2 0.0.0.255 area 0. Maybe here we will have the issue, because here, okay, we will see if the router ID both the side is same, then we will have issue. In case if we are getting any issue, manually we need to configure the router ID. We will see that one, no issue. So now everything is good. It is getting the routes. I think if you check show IP route, we are getting the route here. VLAN 10 traffic is coming 2030. So everything is good here. Now we need to do some more configuration. We need to define a default route towards the ISP. this one ISP IP we need to put. What I am doing means I am assigning default route here 200.1.1.2. so this is a default route I created, and also here also we should have default route. If anyone is pinging any different network, whatever is not present in our routing table, that need to go to this interface. Example, if anyone is putting Facebook IP or Instagram IP, that is not present here in our router, so our router will drop the packet here. So if that packet need to go here, means some default route we should have. If anyone is coming, if we don't have here, then forward that to this IP. We need to define here. Manually we can do, or other way, if you have default route already here, and now after that if you write router OSPF1 and you write default information originate, this same default route will forward to the next router, but next hop will be this one. Change, yeah, but you should have here default route. If you don't have default route here, it will not go here. So now we can check it came here or not, we can verify. So I will write show IP route. If you see, still we did not get, I think. Maybe we need to wait for some time, or this interface is done, maybe that's why it is not coming. So let's work on this one. First of all, let me make this interface up, the ISP. I will write interface loopback 0 and I will assign IP address 8.8.8.8 and we can say this is the internet, and I will save the configuration. So this interface go up. Now maybe we will get the default route. Yeah, see, because this link is down, that's why it is not coming. When this link is up, after that it go and next hop is automatically change and it given this one as a next hop. So now we need to do the NAT pat. So NAT pat means here we need to do the NAT configuration. IP access list 1 and we are selecting the traffic, what traffic we are writing 10.0 and then wildcard mask IP access list. What I done wrong here, I think. IP access list permit. Yeah, I forget to write the permit. Here we need to write what we need to do. Actually, we need to write that one. So here drop or what I need to do. If you put question mark here, IP list extended standard, so I need to do standard. Here I will do 1. After that what I need to do, I need to do permit, or here which access list IP. We have two method also, you remember, one we can give with IP, one we can give without IP. So if we are giving the IP, yeah, so I am giving IP, that's why it is asking me other options. So if I write access list, then it will ask me the number 1. After that what I need to do, I will say permit. What I need to permit here, they will ask me the network. So I will write here 192.168.10.0 0.0.0.255. Same what we done here, this one only for all the VLAN, whatever VLAN we have. So here this one. Yes, we have two methods to configure the IP access list. Like if you write access list, then there is a different syntax. If you write IP access list, then there is a syntax is different. We done this both before when we do access list. You can see that lab. So comments will be a little different. Just you need to press question mark to get the comments, next command. So I selected this one. Total how many we have? Till 30, right? Only 30 VLAN we have. So this one I done. After that, what I can do, I can select that one. So if I want to select, we can write IP NAT inside source. Same thing here, what I wrote, IP NAT inside source. Source, who is the source, miss? No, this one no need, only our traffic, our way. Yeah, so IP NAT inside source, and whatever the source we have here, like this is the access list, so we need to put the access list what we created. So this will be the source. So I will copy, I will put here, source will be access list 1, list 1 we need to write. This is a keyword, one time we will write, we will just copy paste. So let me, I think this one hang or what, source list 1, and after that interface, which interface we need to check here, where we are configuring this one, F0 by 1. Where we need to configure this, we need to configure the router. Which router? The router which is connecting to the ISP. The router which is connecting to the ISP, we need to configure this one there. And also what we need to check means this interface port. What is that port? So here if you see F0 by 1, and don't forget to write overload, or if you write overload then only dynamic NAT. So IP NAT inside source, whatever the list we use, that list number, and then interface, and whatever the interface which is connecting to the ISP. After that the other interface, you have only one interface here, so you will write that one. If you see total how many interface, one here, one here, you have only two interface, so you will write inside outside. So I will write interface F0 by 0, we will write IP NAT inside because this is inside, and then F0 by 1 IP NAT outside. Okay, so that's all. This is only the configuration, and after that you can ping, it should work. So we can ping here 8.8.8.8, and we can check it should work. If it is not working, then we need to do the troubleshoot. It is working. Any confusion here what we done? It is simple only, but here we enable the DHCP. Maybe what you can do, one more lab here, you can add one, and here you can create switch. Here you can VLAN 40, 50 here, something like 40, 50. And here you need to add, you remember in the access list we wrote access list 192.168.10.0. so here you need to write 40.0, 50.0 if you use here, and here in this interface you need to write whatever the interface IP NAT inside. All the remaining configuration is same. So you can do this one in the assignment. See here what we need to do, all the configuration, everything will remain same. Whatever here whatever the interface you added here, and connect to the switch, create the VLAN in the switch, and put like this interface, go to the router, put that interface as a trunk, and here divide into sub interface. And example 40, 50, 60 VLAN you taken, so you need to divide this into 3, same as we done here, and configure the DHCP server. Same thing what we done here, same thing, only the IP will change. IP address, IP schema, what we done. And then you need to enable the OSPF. Same thing you need to do, and you need to enable the OSPF. And after that, what you need to do means here you need to write IP NAT inside. And in the access list, you need to add this one. So in the access list here we write 10, 20, 30. So you need to write same like this, but here will be 40, 50, 60. So more 3 line will come. Or here if you see in this configuration 10, 20, 30. So 40, 50, 60 you can have like this. One more will be there, that will be 60. And all this remains same. Whatever we use here, only one more you need to add. maybe that, yeah, this command will be there. Whatever the interface you have, you will put that interface here, which is connecting to the switch, and you will put inside only, IP net inside. You understand, or any confusion here? So you can do that, right? In assignment, just connect one and same like this, but different VLAN, different IP schema here. Okay, so this is the one DHCP mini project, and now after that we will do one more. So let me